But yeah. So then, there was Astaroth's Toy, and there was Astaroth's Toy EX. Oh my god, do I really have to go all the way back to the fucking dilapidated dungeon to get it again? There's Astaroth's Toy EX, which is an OVA that I didn't end up watching, even though I wanted to, but I hated Latte no Omocha so much I didn't. And you might be asking me, well, if you didn't like this so much, why'd you watch all 12 episodes? I had to stick it through to the end. Like, with Kodomo no Jinkan, I was like 14 years old, and I was like, you know, it's bad, but I was still kind of hooked on it, because it was at least interesting, you know? Like, well, you don't know. But there was things like, Ren's cousin wanted to fuck her. Not a very good thing. So he's introduced as a villain type, because he wants to, not because he wants to fuck Ren. That's not where the drama of it comes from. The drama of it comes from him being an ass to Daisuke, because he thinks Daisuke is competing with him for Ren's love. Which Daisuke very much so is, because Ren loves Daisuke romantically, but not her fucking cousin. I think his name is like Ryuji or some shit. And so that's why, as a reader, you're not supposed to like him. Which I don't like. I don't like that it's not because... That's because he's a fucking... It's not because he's a predator, it's just because... fucking Daisuke is also a predator. And so, which one would we prefer to see Ren get with? The one that she's not related to, or the one that she's related to? And then fucking... And also, Ren has like a friend named Mimi. Mimi, deadass, is like one of my favorite characters, and it's just sad that she ended up the way she is. Which, not to say, you know, like that. It's not like these characters are necessarily bad, it's just, you know, it's a fucking drama. Well, it's not really a drama, per se, but there are moments of conflict. But it's a slice of life romance about a little girl who's 9 and her fucking homeroom teacher in elementary school, as she fucking crushes on him and tries to use sexual advances, like actual sexual advances, to persuade him. Okay, before I keep talking about Kodomo no Jinkan, I'm going to finish up what I meant about Latte no Omocha. It gets even worse, because in EX, which I didn't watch but I looked up on the wiki, it's revealed that Latte's mom, 10 years ago, came to Earth the same way that the butler did in the first episode. And she was running away from everything because she didn't want to have the responsibility of being a succubus queen and all that. Which I don't blame you, because fucking having to feed off a dick seems like it sucks. But she didn't want to have all that responsibility, so she ran away from it all. And she ran to where the boy, lives. What the fuck? And so she ran all the way to where he lives. Well, because where he lives is right next to the fucking portal they opened both times. It just happened to be right next to where he lives. That's a fucking contrivance and a half. But because it's right next to where he lives, she pretends to be a babysitter and spends the night with him. But then, because he's a little boy in puberty, and also because this fucking show, manga, maybe a light novel. I know I said earlier it was a web novel, but I was possibly lying. Because it's, you know, not adverse to anything being sexual with children at all. It just fucking loves it, apparently. And because he's a little boy going through puberty, he is obviously enamored with her breasts. And then they fuck, and they create his daughter. And she comes back 9 months later and brings this nigga his daughter when he's like 10 years old. 13. Which doesn't make any fucking sense. And no, it's not like it might be a mistaken translation. but it's not a mistake on the fan wiki. That's actually, even though that's Astaroth's half-sister, somehow she carried 2 separate eggs from 2 different fathers to term and brought one back and gave it up to to its father. And brought the baby back and gave it up to its father. And so they're both somehow 10 years old in the time of the show happening. Even though that shouldn't be fucking possible. And Astra is older too. So that I mean, it wouldn't make sense if Asahi was older. But it still makes no fucking sense. And also, one of the jokes with Asahi every episode is that she doesn't like to wear her fucking underwear. Which, I'm sorry, this is a 10-year-old little girl. I didn't know that we were gonna fucking write, we were gonna write Lily Loudhouse, she doesn't like to wear her diaper, she doesn't like to wear her panties jokes. I really do not like Astra Latte no Omocha. I don't think there's anything redeeming about it. I genuinely don't. If there were at least redeeming qualities with it, like there were with Kodomo no Jinkan, then maybe I could be like, yeah, this is a piece of shit, but it's not fully a piece of shit. Because Kodomo no Jinkan is not fully a piece of shit. A Child's Time is not fully a piece of shit. The only things that hold it, I truly think that while it is not perfect, nor is it very good, I don't think it's very good. What holds it back the most is just the fact that he's a school teacher and his main love interest is one of his students. And he's an elementary school teacher. And Rin, from what I gathered, at least, used to be very popular with lolicons. So yeah. Kodomo no Jikan used to be very popular back in the day when fucking Azuma Gadayo and Nichijou and all the rest of them and Lucky Star reigned supreme. And it really sucks too. Because after all that time of me not watching it, and me going back and finding the old screenshots that I took of that list of anime I wanted to watch back in 5th grade, I was really excited to watch through Astaroth. It was gonna get me through a rough time watching some slop, something that I knew was probably going to be slop. That I knew probably wasn't going to be that good. It was going to get me through a rough time, but instead it just kind of made it worse. Then after I got finished watching that, I binge watched the first 3 seasons of The Boys. So yeah. It is not there. Okay. So, I guess this is a great place to leave it off. I also really have to take a shit, and that's been another hour and 8 minutes. Next time on PsuedoRegalia, will I give up? Will I start the fucking game over? Will I ever make it my way out of the fucking... Will I ever make my way through more than 2 fucking dick inches of the damn Twilight Theater? And will I ever fucking find something good to talk about instead of ranting for half an hour about 2 different lolicon animes that I don't like? I don't know. Find out another time, bitch.